Ask the Fight Guys. Use the hashtag, please. Use it on YouTube. Use it on Twitter. But use it, please. All right, but we're going to go into this one. Ask the Fight Guys. This one comes from Lion Killer LC. And he's responding to our biggest underachievers concept that we did on the last show. And he chimes in. He says, Ibeabuchi is definitely number one on my heavyweight list of underachievers. If not for his issues, he could have potentially been undisputed. A 6'3" Mike Tyson with incredible stamina, power, ability, and punch resistance. Yeah, Lion Killer. Peter doesn't agree with us because he doesn't think they're going to prison.
It doesn't matter. You know what? It doesn't matter. With my athleticism at 6'7", I would have been an NBA star. But you know what? I underachieved because I'm 5'9.5".
So he doesn't think that going to prison.
Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? If I was 6'7" with my athleticism,
yes,
okay,
yes,
and my competitiveness and my mindset, right, I would have been an NBA star.
Right.
But I'm 5'9.5", so I underachieved.
Yeah, but see, you were
my parents underachieved.
You were born 5'9".
I just
Ike Ibeabuchi wasn't born in prison.
Oh, listen to me. It has nothing to do with. Listen, I understand what you guys are saying. Okay, he underachieved because he ended up in prison. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is that I don't necessarily think he would have underachieved if we would have actually gotten to see him fight. It's just an argument where, listen, I think there are some good arguments that are made with some people that like actually list guys that had an entire career and never lived up to the expectations. They underachieved. But look, you know what? You guys want to say he underachieved? He underachieved. If that'll make you feel better about life, okay? All right, if that'll make you feel better about life. He underachieved. He underachieved. And you know what? Throw Andy Ruiz in there. He underachieved because he's not conditioned. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever delusional planet. Hashtag quarantine crazy.
If you ask his nutritionist, he has underachieved.
I'll just agree with the regular people.
Underachieved, you know what you are.
Lion Killer, you're right. If he was 6'3",
a nutritional
and didn't go to prison, he would have done it.
That's going to be the new politically correct way to describe obese people. You're a nutritional underachiever.
You know what we're going to do? I'm going to get Andy on the show. That's what we're going to do.
Get him on.
And you go, Mr. Ruiz.
No, you don't know me.
Well, we'll see.
You don't know me.
We'll see.
I do that for nobody. Yeah, it wouldn't bother me.
All right, so listen. Apparently, Ike Ibeabuchi was a hot button for a lot of guys.
Because
it was a frustrating story. It was a frustrating story. It was a frustrating story. Yeah, really frustrating scenario.
And I remember when I first got a wind of him, and I was like,
yeah. Listen, I believe, and maybe I'm wrong, but I believe Cedric Kushner might have even promoted him. I don't even remember who promoted him at the time. It might have been Cedric.
Sounds right. I think that is.
And it was just like Cedric couldn't get a break. I mean, he had the next heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah. No. I mean, it was going to be. I thought it was going to be an awesome story.
Yeah.
An African-born heavyweight champion of the world who was just. I mean, the excitement that Francis Ngannou kind of generates in mixed martial arts.
Right. Well, there were other African-born heavyweight champions of the world.
Henry Akinwande.
Right. Henry is one.
Yeah. Heavyweight champions of the world?
Well, Henry was a heavyweight champion.
I was talking about outside of Henry Akinwande.
There might be one more.
Yeah.
I think we just might be overlooking.
I know there's plenty in other weight classes.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, but Henry for sure. He was WBO champion. But
think of what other.
We got to go back and look. There might have been.
Yeah.
Even if it was for a minute.
Right. To me, that's kind of why I was like, that really drew. And he just had a ferocity in the way that he fought that was just, it drew your eye.
Yeah, we could agree.
Like right there.
Yeah.
And then.
Look, we could agree he was going to become heavyweight champion.
He was, yeah.
He just, circumstances outside of the ring derailed his career.
Yeah, it's almost.
You know that as of last year, he was talking about resuming when he came out.
Yeah, I heard that. It didn't like.
I mean,
that.
it'd never be the same.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
But it's almost, and obviously it's not this drastic, but
Right.
it's almost like Lynn Bias almost.
I think Ike would appreciate the fact that I'm saying he didn't underachieve. I honestly think that, because I think he would agree, because in his mind, going to prison didn't allow him to fulfill his destiny, unfortunately.
I agree that it didn't allow him to fulfill his destiny, but I don't think that necessarily means that he doesn't. Like I said, like we said the last time, I think it really comes down to your definition of underachievement.
So what about Len Bias?
Lynn Bias, most people know.
Well, you got to give some context for the younger listeners, for the younger watchers.
That's what I'm about to do.
Okay.
Most people realize, if you were paying attention to basketball in the mid to early 80s, Lynn Bias was a fantastic basketball player for University of Maryland. He would rival Michael Jordan during those ACC contests with Maryland and North Carolina. And he came out, he was drafted, I think it was 4th or 5th overall by the Boston Celtics in 1986. And he tragically passed away after a freak reaction to cocaine. It was a part of a draft night celebration that he had, and family and friends and everybody said he was not a partier normally, just something he did, I guess, to, according to them, to celebrate the what had happened. And he passed away. And so, like most people, when you talk about like some of the biggest basketball and sports tragedies ever, that one comes up.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't talk about Ike Ibeabuchi because there is no college platform or college level platform like that for him to have performed on a national television standpoint. He was an American. Boxing isn't in the same category of mainstream sports like basketball. But if you look at the trek and where he was headed, and if you talk to people who really know boxing, almost to a person, they will tell you that this dude was going to be
absolutely
heavyweight champion of the world. So, when you equate all of that stuff together and you look at how it ended, now thank God he is alive. So that automatically makes it not as grim a story as Lynn Bias, but from a pure sports standpoint, we didn't get a chance to see what Ike Ibeabuchi was really going to be, because he could have been a world champion that defended his title successfully multiple times. We may have been you never know. The way Mike Tyson walks in a room and that somebody just walked in. Ike Ibeabuchi may have a similar type of a presence, but we just didn't get a chance to see it. So that's the whole thing. So it's definitely a tough, nasty story for sure.